Good evening. We are going to start a new series of lecture sessions. We will cover belt drives in this total video series. So, belt drives are the flexible drives. Belt, chain, rope drives are called as the flexible drives as it provides the flexibility in terms of the distance as well as velocity ratio, etc. Gear drives are called as rigid drives or non-flexible drives. In gear drives, there is a direct contact between the driving and driven shafts through the gears. In flexible drives, there is an intermediate link such as belt, rope, or chain between the driving and driven shaft. Since the link is flexible, the drives are called as flexible drives. The flexible drives offers many advantages over the rigid. Okay, we will consider only the uh, belt drives. It will transmit the uh, power over a comparatively long distance than that of the rigid drives or the gear drives. As we can use simpler one idler pulley, which will help us to cover the longest distance and will have the flag and slides available in proper motion. The since intermediate link is long and flexible, it adds the shocks, loss, and damper emission. Flexible drive provides considerable flexibility in the location of driving and the driven shafts. It can tolerate the lateral as well as the longitudinal axis variation in between the pulleys of driving and the driven shafts. Flexible drives are cheap compared to the gear drives. Their initial and maintenance costs are very low. We can make the flexible drives, that is belt drive, chain drive, with the help of leather or fabric, as well as its manufacturing cost is also low. So it are cheapest one with compared with the old drives. But it has some advantages as well as disadvantages. The disadvantages are they occupy the more space as we are going to transfer the power from longer distance, so it will require more space and some guarding equipment should be prepared while installing the belt. The velocity ratio is relatively small as we are only using the belt and pulleys, so its velocity ratio cannot be varied as well as very small. We can use it for transmitting power which are in medium range. Belts are used to transmit power between the two shafts by means of the friction. The friction is the main working principle of or mechanism of belt drives. It can transfer the motions with the help of friction. Okay. Compared with the other drives, belt drives can transmit power over the considerable distance. Also, the belt drives is smooth in operation or silent is an operation. They can transmit only a definite load, which if exceeded will cause the belt to slip over the wheel, rotating the parts of the drive against the overload. They have an ability to absorb shock and land vibration. Okay. They are simple in design as well as low initial cost. There are, depending upon the shape of the cross section of the belts are classified as the flat belts and the V belts. Okay, the flat belts have the narrow rectangular cross section, while the V belts have trapezoidal cross section. The flat belts offer the following advantages over the V belts. They are relatively cheap and easy to maintain. Okay, as they only we require the periodic adjustment in center distance between the shafts. No other any alignment will be required. Flat belt drives can be used as a clutch by making a simple provision of shifting the belt from tight to the loose and vice versa. Different velocity ratios can be obtained using the stepped pulley. Just like the lathe machine, we can use the stepped pulley in order to have the different velocity ratios and we can transmit equal amount of power as well as torque. They can be used in dusty and abrasive atmosphere and requires no closed case. Design of flat belt drive is simple and inexpensive. They can be used for long distance up to the 15 meter, but it has some disadvantages like power transmitting capacity is low. If you are going to compare the V belt with the flat belt, then this one is the main characteristics on which belt drives are classified, that is power transmitting capacity. V belts offers a more power transmitting capacity than that of the flat belt. The velocity ratio of flat belt drive is lower than V belt drive. Okay, then flat belt drives have large dimensions and occupy more space compared to the V belt drives. Due to some reasons that flat belts are becoming less popular on the shop floor. Flat belts are used in belt conveyors, baking machineries, brick and clay machinery, crushers, sawmills, textile machinery, line shafts, and bucket elevators. These are the examples for applications where we are going to use the belt drives. Then, compared with the flat belts, V belts offer the following advantages. Force of friction between the surface of the belt and the V groove pulley is more. So we are having a wedge action, which wedging action permits smaller arc contact, which increases the pulling capacity of the belt and consequently increases the power transmitting capacity of the V belt drives. They are used for the short distance, which results in a compact construction. They permit high speed reduction even if 7 to 1 are hinged, while V belts are endless, which results in smooth and quiet operations, even at high operating speeds. The drive is positive because the slip is negligible due to the wedge action. The V belt drive can operate in any position, even belt is in vertical. That is not possible in case of the flat belts. Disadvantages are ratio of cross-sectional height to the pulley diameter is large, which increases the bending stress and causes the durability issues. The efficiency of the V belt is lower than flat belt and creep is also higher. The construction of the pulley is complicated and costly as compared with the flat belt drives. So this is regarding the belt drives. Okay. Then these are the shapes where we can use the flat and V belt systems. In next section, we will see the belt construction and other details.